This is Old Mill Park in West Liberty, Kentucky. Beautiful park. It's got paved walking trails, has this amphitheater. Beautiful area. You can see some of the redbuds there. Love the redbuds. And then off over here, you can see the Licking River. The Licking River flows from, I believe it starts around Salyersville, Kentucky, and ends up near Covington, Newport, that area. West Liberty was struck by tornadoes several years ago, and they've been in the rebuilding process ever since. Downtown has been kind of transformed, and just pretty neat how they've taken over this area and fixed it. I think this park is fairly new as well. I love a good creek. This one's a little bit bigger than what I was thinking about and kind of reminiscing about. When we moved from Chicago, we moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and there's a whole story in that, but we moved to the suburbs of Atlanta before we moved into Atlanta in a town called Marietta. Marietta's built up quite a bit since then, but back in the mid-70s, we lived in an apartment complex, and there was actually a creek, definitely smaller than this, that I used to play around. Now, near the creek were a lot of pools of water. It looked like they were man-made built pools, but I can't remember exactly. But I do remember seeing tadpoles in there and catching tadpoles. Pretty cool. But anyway, the thing I was thinking about a creek in particular is I used to, well, one of the last Pappy Chronicles videos, I was talking about skipping rocks. Well, I love throwing rocks in just about any pool of water, particularly big rocks and making big splashes. But another thing I like to do in creeks is throw sticks in it and race them. Yeah, I was younger then, and that was a form of entertainment for Pappy. But me and my friends, and I can't remember their names right now, particularly the ones that I did that with. I think one of the friends I had, his name was Dougie, but I don't know if we ever did this. But we would find a starting point at the creek and throw the sticks in the water and go far down, maybe where a log was crossing over the creek, and that would be kind of our finish line. And that was our entertainment. If I was really daring, another form of entertainment was, and this Licking River doesn't have it, but logs across the trees that have fallen down and died and spanned the width of the creek. We would, well, at first I scooted on my butt across because Pappy's not real adventurous, particularly when he was younger. And I like things a little bit more stable, and scooting across the creek on my behind was just about right. But as I got a little bit more confident, started walking across those creeks. Don't recall ever falling in. That would be a memory I would have pretty good in my mind, but I don't remember that. But just some of the fun things that Pappy did. Throwing sticks in the creek, throwing rocks, climbing across the creek on logs, just lots of fun. Creeks are great fun. I do remember fishing a little bit in some of them, but not much. Pappy's not much of a fisherman. I do like to fish from time to time, but most of my enjoyment of creeks has been those things I just talked about. Bye, I love you. I love creativity with gardens, you know, just the standard gardens and all, you know, are fun, and that's basically what I have in my backyard. But when you go to a park and you see something like this, it's a beautiful rock garden with some plants scattered through it. Probably see more coming up in May. Just very pretty, very creative, very peaceful. Here in West Liberty, Kentucky, April of 2018. Pappy Cam saying goodbye.